Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I want you to check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of my merch, y'all. I've added some new things like my mermaid cups and the mermaid tees, and also the Shake Them Tits mugs. All right, you asked for it and you got it. Check out Bondy's merch at Bondy's Boutique. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another 90-day fiance review, you guys. This is what's happening now, what's not, wait, what is it? What now and happily ever after. I'm sorry, but I'm doing it the way it's recording on my television. Okay, so let's start with Larissa and Coty. Okay, Larissa and Coty. Larissa says she trusts a Coty about 20%. Okay, about 20% right now. All right, they go to dinner, they want a new starty. Okay, you know, it's a Y at the end of every fucking thing as far as Larissa is concerned, and I feel like she's just doing it just because. All right, you know they ain't got no damn Y on the end of all these words. All right. But like I said, they want a new start. But you know what? We circle right back around to the initial issue, which is living with Debbie. Colt just wants Larissa to respect Debbie. Larissa wants Colt to put down parameters and borders in the relationships. I need for both of them to understand that this is not going to happen. Larissa is not the type of person that is going to bite her lip in order to respect your mother. And Coty is not the type of person that is going to put borders around his relationship as it pertains to his mom. He's just not going to do that. You see that he's not going to do that. You need somebody that's going to love your mama like you love your mama, Cole. And that's going to be hard to find. Because don't nobody love nobody else's mama that much, especially when they first meet them. So if you still living with your mama, you don't want to move out, you know what I'm saying, you take your mama on dates and shit, and then you include her in your arguments and your fights, and you wonder why your relationship ain't working out, besides you being with a crazy bitch who just want the money so she can buy Chanel bags. Like, bitch, Chanel bags? Chanel bags? What? Huh? Who? You? For what? What you do? No. Like, I'm sorry, but you don't come to this country, marry this man, live with him and his mom, fight, go to jail, come back, and then ask for a $3,000 Chanel bag. I don't think any of this works that way. I'm just saying, she know he ain't rich. Having $10,000 in your savings is not rich. That's middle class and smart. And the only reason he has that much money in his savings is because he does not spend the way you want him to spend his money, okay? And we get on him giving her a prepaid credit card. She wants the thousands on it. He said, I'll put 200 on that bitch. We'll see how you do with that for 30 days. I said, Coty, if you're going to give it to her, what you putting $200 on it for 30 days? What that's going to do? What $200 for 30 days? Do y'all know? Like, think about that. She not working, so that's all the money she gonna have is $200. If you go get something to eat from McDonald's and Starbucks, and like if you eat out enough times, even at a fast food restaurant, $200, especially like when you think about, oh, let's say she gotta go replenish some feminine products or something like that. $200, I can spend $80 at Walgreens easy. Okay, so I'm just sitting up here like, so what's she gonna do with $200 in 30 days? Nigga, you get paid more than once a week. I'm gonna need for you, more than once a month. I'm gonna need for you to up that, even from my standpoint. Now, I feel like Larissa don't deserve shit, but at the same time, you gotta hear she can't work, you gotta do something. You gotta give us something, okay? I don't know how they go in these relationships having to take care of two people off of one paycheck. I don't understand. But you know what? If that's what y'all want to do, that's fine. The next thing is Larissa and Coty going down to the Botox lady. So she couldn't get that $2,000 or $3,000 Chanel bag, but she definitely talked him into getting $500 lip fillers. And I was like, well, bitch, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that, you know, they weren't useful. She did not have a top lip when she smiled. And after that lady stuck that needle all up in her fucking mouth like that, then all of a sudden she had a top lip. So I was like, okay, fine, if that's what you want to do and he willing to pay for it. At first he was happy because she had to be quiet while the procedure was taking place. But then it became like, ooh, you look sexy. I'm gonna stick my dick in that hole a whole bunch of times. Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but we all know the connotation of her getting her lips done was, you want the more sexy Coty? Okay, then you have to pay for my lipid. Like, we all know that that's what the line of thinking is. She let him know, okay? Wives are the biggest prostitutes as far as she's concerned. I'm like, bitch, I be damned. I be damned. I have a choice whether I give you my cook, okay? Just like you have a choice about whether you shelling out money like that. That's crazy to me. $475 to make her top lip bigger, y'all. I'm sorry, but they don't look like they have money for that. I'm sorry. They just don't. Their apartment tells me they don't have money for that. Their car tells me they don't have money for that, okay? Larissa's clothes tells me they don't have money for that. Like Botox and all of that shit that she's trying to do. First of all, Larissa doesn't need Botox, okay? I don't know why she was talking about getting it done here and here, here. You do not need that. Please do not be somebody without a fucking wrinkle in their face talking about getting rid of fine lines. Where, Larissa? Where do you have fine lines? You do not have fine lines, okay? Just not all that cute. But I also don't feel like that means anything. That's my opinion. Let's move over to Elizabeth and Andre, or whatever the fuck he trying to be called. She goes over to her sister Jen's house to vent about what's been happening with her dad not being, you know, happy with the situation and feeling like she and Andre are ungrateful for what he's giving them. Apparently they had a deal. Andre was supposed to work on that house because he's supposed to be a handyman, and they were gonna live there rent-free. All right, now last time her daddy showed up to the property, the grass wasn't cut. He's not seeing enough things happening to the house for him to feel like Andre is actually grateful for this opportunity. And to me, Andre is not grateful for this opportunity. Throughout the episode, he actually called Elizabeth's dad selfish, and I just could have jumped out my fucking skin through the TV and smacked the hell out of him. I was like, selfish? 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 We're gonna get into it. Now, I love the sister Jen, because the sister Jen is sitting in her nice house with her husband with his good check, looking at her sister Elizabeth like she done lost her damn mind. So let me get this straight. You mad at daddy because daddy wanted y'all to take care of the property y'all staying there for free. You letting your no job having, broke ass cargo shorts wearing in a job interview fuck ass, you letting him bully you into creating this distance between you and your family because that's what he wanted. You want to keep him happy. But he's sitting in a fucking confessional talking about, oh, we're gonna pay for everything because Elizabeth has been working harder. She's been working a lot longer lately. Elizabeth is pregnant. There's no way that he should feel like it's okay for him to sit on his ass at home while his pregnant wife goes out and works, then calls her daddy and asks for money, all for him to turn around and say, oh, I don't want your people in my business, your daddy is selfish, and da-da-da-da-da. She worrying about his feelings as a man, and I feel like this. I shouldn't have to try this hard in this situation. Meaning, if you gonna sit up here and live in my daddy's house and you know we taking from my daddy, don't be an asshole about it. Get your big fucking ass out there and cut that grass. You ain't doing shit all day but sitting your ass inside cooling and shit. Just cooling. Alright? This is not Levert. I'm not here for this. I was just so upset by them because I feel like she really letting him put her in a worse position that she needs to be, and she about to have a baby. And because of this situation, she has now decided that she gonna listen to him and they gonna move out the daddy's rent-free house so that they can go pay rent somewhere. But they don't have enough money for the deposit to move. And I'm like, how you gonna move if you can't afford to pay the rent? You gonna get the deposit and then what you gonna do? Like, you the only one working, y'all got a baby coming, and now y'all gonna move? Like, that shit is insane to me. This dude is not thinking about the welfare of his wife. He's not. I'm sorry. And I think she's an idiot by letting him do this to her. I would have told him, we not going no fucking well. You gonna go cut that grass and call my daddy and ask him if he need anything else done. That's what the fuck you gonna do, because we ain't going nowhere so we can pay high rent when we got a baby coming. So you can sit up in here watching me go to work and come home every fucking day. I'm sorry, y'all. But that situation with Elizabeth and Andre works on my nerves. Jennifer was looking at her sister like, so you mean to tell me he's talking shit about our daddy, about he's selfish, and you ain't check him? No, she did not check him, Jen. She did not. So she get on the phone, y'all. She get on the phone with her daddy like, yeah, daddy. So me and Andre gonna move out. We already found a place and we gonna just go. And her daddy like, so wait a minute, we had a deal here. Y'all was supposed to help fix that house up. So now you telling me you moving, so I gotta pay somebody to do the work that he didn't do. And then I done lost money by letting y'all live there rent free. So I've actually got nothing out of this deal, but y'all got a couple of months free rent out of me. Ain't that about a bitch? He pissed off. But she turned around. No, she didn't even have to ask him before her daddy was like, so do you have the money to move? And she was like, actually, that's what I wanted to ask you about next. And I'm like, bitch, you kindergarten to say the least. I do not understand. And you know what? Only because her daddy would do it does she have the audacity to disrespect him in the way that she does, with that dry ass attitude, okay, with this dumb ass logic from this fuckboy of a husband, and then come back and ask him for money for the move. I'm like, wow. That dad, can we clap hands for Elizabeth daddy? Because I feel like Elizabeth daddy is really doing the most for his daughter and her wayward, fucked up ass, you know, husband. I'm just saying, daddy is doing the absolute most with no real gratitude or respect out the situation, and I think that's fucked up. So then they move, right? They move, and he's talking about how he feels better that they're not in that situation no more. He goes on a job interview, y'all, with a short sleeve shirt on and some cargo shorts, okay? And I was like, oh, this is a black establishment, okay, for the trucking, because y'all know that's what he's been doing. He heard that trucking makes good money, so he come down here, he want to do trucking, right? He been going through this process. He's been trucking. He got his CDL or whatever the license is to do it. He's working at one place, but it's not full-time, so he's trying to get full-time employment. So he goes to this job interview, like I said, completely underdressed. And while he's talking to the lady, what we surmise is, you don't want to really have to work a lot. You want to come in here, collect a check, and think it's going to be enough to pay your way. Like, he really thought it was going to be easy or some shit like that. You know, foreigners always think we have it so easy in America. And I'm like, granted, we got running water and shit, don't get me wrong, and AC and all of that. We don't live in like adobes and houses with no running water, or houses that got, you know, like, yeah, okay, we might be able to have a better situation, base level poor, but at the end of the day, struggling is struggling. Okay, and sometimes when you know you can't acquire certain things, you be at peace with what you have. But when you always see that there's more, it is hard to be at peace with what you have when you feel like what you have isn't enough. And that's most Americans' experience, okay? But anyway, getting off that, the job interview, the lady is like, he don't really seem like he's trying to work for 26 days, because that's what she told him. If she calls him, he gotta come and work. And if he don't work, then he's gonna get taken off her roster. Because he actually asked her, so if I refuse a job, will you take me off the roster? And she like, yes. Because that means you're not willing to do the work that I need you to do. And if I call you, I need you. She said he gets paid 38 cents a mile, which basically comes out to between $9 to a little over $1,000 a week if he's working that whole week like that. He just doesn't seem that interested in. He says it's gonna be too hard. So him and Elizabeth go shopping for clothes for the baby at a secondhand store. Real nice. I personally feel like I will take anything clean and stain free that's secondhand. Please do not with no fucking babies. Look, not with the babies, because you only use it for a certain amount of time and then they grow out of it and it's over. And you hand it down to somebody who need it, okay? I'm gonna be taking baby clothes from all of the people in my family that got baby clothes that have recently had babies, especially if I get pregnant within the next year or two. Please, send them over. But he had a problem with the secondhand store, even though he ain't got no fucking job. And now he's telling Elizabeth that he don't want to continue to do the trucking because they're not paying him enough. He don't want to work for free and it's too much. Now he wants to go back and be a handyman, the same thing he was doing in Moldova. He wants to try to get little odd jobs. Elizabeth heard the same shit we heard, okay? So you mean to tell me you have now decided, after we have now added another bill of rent onto our already non-stable money situation, and you want to not work there anymore? You didn't put in all that time, and now you don't want to do that. You want to do something else. The same thing that you could have done if we was living by my daddy rent-free. You could have been a fucking handyman for your rent. What is you talking about? What are you talking about, Andre? I mean, sometimes I feel like when men have heads this fucking big, at some point the brain just stops circulating blood. Cause what the, like seriously, son? Seriously? You forced her to move into a situation that's more stressful for her because your fucking ass ain't working. And now you want to do the exact same thing that you could have done at the daddy house that would have kept y'all somewhere rent free until y'all could actually afford to live on your own. And Elizabeth has more sense than she's acting like she has. It seems like it behooves her to be stupid so her daddy will continue to be there and catch her when she falls and all of that, while she tries to live into this dream of trusting this dumbass dude to make decisions for her and her family. And when they was in the store and she was telling him about how she don't think that's a good idea, he gonna tell her, why don't you just worry about your own business? Your own business? As it pertains to you being able to support me and our child? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Girl, send him back. Keep the baby, send him back. Okay? Send him back. I cannot with this dude. Blissfully unaware was to come. That's what she said. I said, but you sitting up there letting him be blissfully unaware instead of letting his ass know what it is. Also, you can continue to stroke an ego that he don't deserve to have. Talking about, I thought she would be happy that I was going to be at home. The fuck? Moving on, y'all. Nicole meets with her friend Jessica so that she could complain about how her family doesn't understand how great Azine is because, you know, of all the things that have happened in the past. Like, you know, him never marrying her. Okay? Or using her money. Or telling her to sell her car and then taking the money. Like, just... Y'all, I'm over Nicole. I don't know how many years we're gonna have to go through this with Nicole, but I want the producers to give me a fucking break. Please stop showing me Nicole. Please get Nicole the fuck off this show. Her and this dude is not getting married. She is never gonna come to her senses. He don't love you. He not that into you. All he wants you for is your money, and maybe when you come in town, a little bit of that good old head. But I just feel like Nicole is just ridiculous, and her friend in her bad wig was just sitting up there trying not to say to her, bitch, are you crazy? Your family is absolutely right. She understands perfectly where the family is coming from. See, the last time her and Nicole was on camera together, they was at the bridal shop trying on a wedding dress, and Nicole is in there crying her fucking eyes out, about to have a whole, you know, conniption and shit because she's still dealing with the fact that he was on the phone telling other women that he can't wait to kiss them. So she was embarrassed to tell her friend that information because then she gonna have one more person that love her, knowing that she don't need to be with this dude because he don't do no right by. But all she worrying about, we're good, we got over it, we're good, we're trying to go to Grenada and then my dad's gonna come and I'm just really hoping that he doesn't ruin this. And I just kind of feel like, girl, girl, I don't even understand. I don't even understand with Nicole. Y'all, I say this every episode, but Nicole mama really need to petition the courts to get May away from her, because this bitch done lost her damn mind. You living with your brother and your sister, you getting into it with them because you sitting your ass at home all day, not helping out the way you should. You ain't got no job, you got a daughter, and you trying to save money to go see a dude that ain't got nothing for you, can't offer you nothing but some dick maybe, and sometimes I feel like you may not even be getting that. Y'all, Nicole makes my head hurt, my ass itch. I gotta move on from her. Let's get into Pedro and the family de Chantel, okay? So Pedro is packing up to go back to DR after they came back from the lawyers, and Chantel feels as if he was just going to the lawyers so that he can see about a divorce. And I don't trust Pedro now that he's going to the Dominican Republic without me, and he's saying he doesn't know when he's coming back, and it's just making me feel just really depressed. Like, I'm over Chantel. I'm over Chantel, y'all, and I might like Pedro slightly more than Chantel, but I don't like neither one of them. Like, ain't neither one of you motherfuckers that likable to me, okay? And let me explain why. First of all, that's fine. You want to go to DR to get away from all of this bullshit and see your family, that is absolutely fine. Especially the fact that you want to leave her behind. Fine, okay. But the fact that you don't know when you coming back and you telling her, I don't have plans yet on when I'm going to come back, that's a motherfucking problem. What is you talking about, Pedro? Nobody is about to be happy when their husband is going on a vacation without them, okay, for an extended, unspecified period of time. I think Pedro is completely out of his mind by thinking that she shouldn't have issue with that. But what I do feel like is Chantel needs to stop fucking acting like she didn't play a part in this. It's all on Pedro. It's all Pedro's fault. No, bitch, it's your fault for going back to your family and telling them the negative things that you did have to say about him, because they already felt some type of way with their superiority complex because they're American and thinking that somebody's trying to come over here to get something from them. Your fucking people is ignorant, Chantel, okay? They ignorant as hell, and you ignorant too, because you sit up there and you go along with that shit when you're around your family, and then you wonder why it's always a problem when they're around Pedro. They going off of what you've been giving them this whole time since the very beginning. You ain't shit neither, Chantel. You not. You do not make the situation any easier on him, but he don't make it no easier on you either. Y'all both do the same thing. Y'all go and talk to y'all families about one another negatively, and then y'all get mad when y'all family don't like the person that y'all with, or it causes a rift in y'all relationship. That's because you need to keep your motherfucking business to yourself. Both of y'all. But y'all not gonna do that. Y'all not even mature enough to be married. Let you live though. Chantel asked if Pedro is going to defend her to his mom and sister when he gets the DR, because she knows they're gonna talk bad about her and probably try to convince him to break up with her. And I'm like, Chantel, everybody people ain't like yours. I may not like Pedro's sister, but his mom didn't come off no type of way to me. I think his mom had enough after they had cooked all that food and them assholes wouldn't get out the car, and then making all of them, you know, comments and shit when the mama was cooking and don't want to eat her food and shit. You know, like somebody trying to put a rule on them. I was like, fuck all of y'all. Family Day, Chantel. Fuck all of y'all. Pedro says, why would I defend you? You don't defend me. I said, okay, that's really it. So Chantel drops Pedro off to the airport, and she's trying to, you know, make it right with him before he goes there, because she doesn't want him to have any, you know, bad memory of her that'll make him go do something that she don't want him to do. But it's like, girl, it's too late for that. It is too late for that. You and him fucking in a car on the way to the airport is not going to change the fact that the reason why he is going is because you and the family, Chantel, then ran this man back to the DR with y'all crazy prejudice bullshit. Okay, Chantel? And you don't check your family. You never do. And that's the problem. But you steady checking him and making him feel like he out here by himself. I definitely see Pedro's point of view. I see Chantel sometimes, but I think this is mostly Chantel's fault and her ignorant ass family. Point blank to the period. So when they get to the airport, she trying to hug him all tight, and he just give her a kiss on the lips, tell her he love her, and dip. Bye, bitch. See you later. Tell your people I said. Okay? So he gets home to DR. His sister and his mama waiting there for him. And I'm just looking at his mom, and I'm like, I don't know how y'all don't think y'all black, but you know what? That's another conversation for another day. I don't have time. But I was just looking at that mama like, bitch, if you don't look like one of my people ain't teased or something like that, girl, go ahead somewhere with this shit. Anyway, so they get back to the new apartment that they are living in. And his sister Nicole says that he paid for the apartment. He's paying for the apartment that they're living in right now. Everything is nice. Okay, they open up some wine so that they can talk shit about Chantel. And really, they don't talk that much shit about her. The only thing that his mom had to say is that she feels like her family have these airs about themselves, like they superior to Pedro's family, but they ain't got shit. You know, y'all ain't got shit. Why you try to front? And I feel the same way about Pedro family. Why are you living above means that you can't afford, you know, just so your son could pay the bills like that? I just kind of feel like that's messed up. Obviously, Pedro does well and must make a lot of money to be able to take care of him and Chantel, because Chantel don't work as far as I know, right? Does Chantel work, y'all? Because at first I thought Chantel was just in school. I'm not sure. Either way, still, it's expensive to take care of yourself here in America. So to take care of him, Chantel, and their apartment, and then also take care of his family back in DR, that's gotta put a stress on the money in some type of way. Okay, he don't look like he making that much money, but whatever. I don't know that man's pockets. Either way, if I was Chantel, I would feel some type of way about that. I would. I'm sorry. But there's no way that you're gonna be paying for a whole fucking apartment so your sister can sit up in here and not work. Like, it looked like Nicole don't go nowhere or do nothing all day. That's his sister name, right, Nicole? I think that's his sister name. Either way, he said he loves Chantel, and he don't know what he wants to do about it, but he's there to, you know, relax, and they just happy he's there because they think it's good for him to be around his family. His mama said she sent her son to America happy and cheerful. He done came back depressed, and she don't fucking like it. So ultimately, Pedro needs to make a decision. Move on to Russ and Powell. So Russ goes over to his parents' house so he can have a preliminary conversation with them, so that Patty the mama can have a conversation with Powell. All right? And basically in the conversation what's said is Russ has a job opportunity and he's trying to get Powell to move here, but that won't happen unless she has a better relationship with his family. And we gotta talk about this fucking photo shoot, or no, not the photo shoot, her coming downstairs in the lingerie. I know everybody felt some type of way about that, but I felt like it wasn't like her ass was actually out or you could see nipple. It wasn't like lingerie that really looked like lingerie to me. You know, it was black and it had like a, you know, a ruffle on the back or whatever, but it was shorts in a tank top. You know what I'm saying? So if people are normally, you know, comfortable dressing like that around other people, and you come to America, to like one of the whitest families in America that has seemingly never really had any relationship with anybody other than white people, and then they're, you know, they're taken aback and they're fucking judgy. I'm sorry, but it's obvious that Russ's family and parents are judgy, and they expressed that, you know, Russ and Powell fought a lot and they had their reservations, but Mom feels like she reached out to Powell and Powell didn't reach back. Dad feels like Powell not really in it for his son. He don't feel like she really loved his son, that she might be here for other reasons. And I feel like at this point, I don't know about that. I feel like just like Fernanda then found somebody that could probably pay for her to be a model some damn well, I think that Powell could have done the exact same thing. I think she wants to be with Russ. I don't know why they want to be together, but apparently they, you know, I think they really do want to be together. So Powell goes over to talk to Patty, okay? Just the two of them, okay? And they get into Powell feeling like the family saw her as somebody that was just trying to get a green card. And she says, Patty says that they weren't familiar with her culture and she had to go talk to Latino women to try to get them to make her understand. And I'm just like, you had to go talk to a Latino woman to make you understand Powell? As if there aren't a whole bunch of white women selling pussy all over Oklahoma somewhere? Like, you can't tell me there's somebody selling pussy everywhere. So you mean to tell me like, not to say that that's what Powell is doing, but you went to talk to her about Powell being over-sexualized as a part of her culture, as if all Latino women are like that. That is not true. And that just kind of annoyed me that the mom felt that she had to go talk to somebody Latino in order to understand Powell's personality. And I mean, maybe she could have meant also about the immigration situation and trying to understand that and what a person goes through. But I still feel like the people was judging. She felt them judging, and now they trying to act like they weren't judging. They were just confused. Like, nah, y'all was judging her based off of all of the shit she thought y'all was judging her about, okay? And then they have to bring up this photo shoot that Powell did where she was on the beach and she had her titties out. And this is what she does. Her mom is fine with it. Her dad is fine with it. Where she from, her family supports what she does. So she doesn't understand why his family has a problem with it. Well, Patty said she never thought somebody in her family would pose nude. And Powell does represent her family and she needs to represent it well. Now, Powell just swallowed that and didn't say anything, but I would have felt some type of way too. Like, first of all, bitch, get a tan. Represent your family. Who the fuck cares? Like, I'm sorry, but like, I just, you know, I don't like people like, I would have never thought that someone in my family would have posed nude. Like, people really kill me with the way that they see themselves versus the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really saw your family as people who would never pose nude, never do anything like that, as if that's something like so out the box to pose with your boobs out. That's really not that out the box. I can understand not wanting your daughter-in-law to be, you know, out here taking pictures with her titties out, but to act like you're so far removed just tells me that people don't read books and travel enough. Like, the fuck? Books other than the Bible, bitch. Patty says that Powell didn't let her get close, but maybe if she were living closer, they could work on it. And Powell was like, I don't know if we're going to do that. You know, she don't want to move back to Oklahoma. The mama was trying to, you know, fill her out and set her up because the mama and the daddy know about this job offer that Russ has. Powell doesn't know. They hug it out, you know, and seem to be closer after and both feel better after the conversation. But I still feel like if I would probably feel like Powell. I mean, I'm not like Powell, don't get me wrong. I don't take pictures with my titties out. And I probably wouldn't have been late to nobody baby shower that they was throwing for me, okay? But I also feel like them people have a prejudice and they showed her that with the way that they treated her and she felt that, okay? And this is just the way the cookie crumbles when different cultures mix and one, you know, feel like they better than the other, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I personally feel like the parents just want to be involved so that they can be involved in the baby's life, since now they got a grandbaby that's coming. Which, I mean, I understand that too. That I would do the same thing if I was in their situation. I try to make nice with my son's wayward titties out wife, just so I could be around my grandchild. But I would also be worried about, if they don't like me, what type of shit they gonna say or put into my child when I'm not around. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh Lord, it's important to like the family of the people that you know, planning on marrying, y'all. I'm just saying. You should definitely be around somebody's family before you decide to marry them, because this shit is just ridiculous. So moving on to Ashley and Jay. Y'all, they're working on my fucking nerves. Ashley has decided that she's going out of town on a girls trip. And of course, Jay is gonna feel some type of way. Jay said that he feels as if her going on a date with her ex-boyfriend was the same thing as him talking on Tinder. And I said the same thing. If ain't nobody fucked or touched nothing, it's the exact same thing. You was talking to somebody that wanted you. He was talking to somebody that probably wanted him, and vice versa. You was doing that shit, getting all gussied up and cute to make him mad. And now you going on this trip to make him mad. He mad. He's mad. But then she leaves, and the whole time she worrying about what he doing and who he talking to. And her middle-aged friends, bitches probably the same age as me, but they some old hoes for this type of young girl shit, decide they gonna look up the girl that he supposedly was talking to. And it annoys me, because Ashley really think that she, you know, hot shit. Because she always trying to bring up how, you know, I just don't understand. Because this girl, you know, she's much bigger than me. And I'm looking at the picture like, that look like a bitch that's just probably the plus size version of you. And ain't that much plus size, Ashley, because you ain't that fucking thin. Like, you thin, but you ain't that thin. Calm down, okay? Either way, she doesn't understand, and she just wants to understand. And then she also talks about the women he dated in Jamaica. I'm like, obviously they're different from you. They're probably black. It's obvious that Jay will fuck anything moving, okay? Will talk to anything with a vagina, okay? So I don't understand why she's so fixated on what is his type. Like, he married you, didn't he? Obviously, you are his type. Especially if this bitch ain't nothing but a little bit bigger than you. Jamaican men don't be looking at weight like that. They don't. So the fact that she's just so conscious of it just makes me look at her like she hella insecure. You know what I'm saying? So her and her homegirls, I don't know how they got the girl phone number since they was only talking on Tinder. But she got the girl phone number, got her number saved in her phone. Jay's side chick. I'm like, bitch, you is pathetic. Okay? And then call the girl and leave a message. This is Ashley, Jay's wife. I just have a few questions for you. Can you give me a call back? Okay, thanks, bye. I'm like, bitch, you so basic for that. Like, that's some basic bitch shit. You his whole wife out here, and instead of trying to work it out or send his ass back to Jamaica, you worrying about a bitch that he was on Tinder with. Like, I guess. She said, you know, she needs closure. She needs closure. Girl, get the fuck out of here with that shit. And then they sit up there and talk about how, you know, generally Jamaicans don't seem to be that faithful. And I'm just like, right, because Americans are. Like, I can't with people's like idealistic 50s version of America in their mind. Like, please stop with this shit. All right, y'all. Let's get to the what now portion. Rachel and John. Rachel is trying to go see John because y'all know John couldn't come over here even though they're married. He has a lot of fights on his record, so he can't come to America. And they're trying to put aside the $11,000 to try to get his visa and bring him over here because he was denied the travel visa. So they're trying to get, you know, the one that means he could come over forever, I guess. And it's going to cost them $11,000. They don't even know if once they pay all this money, will he actually be able to come. And I personally feel like that is the most ridiculous shit that America has ever come up with. You mean to tell me I gotta pay you tens of thousands, like $11,000. I gotta pay you $11,000 plus more to get somebody to come over here and you can still tell me no and then not give me my money back? Bitch, I want a refund. The fuck? Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but I think that's utterly ridiculous. And I think that's the way you steal from people who are already, you know, probably not wealthy enough for that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Most people that's coming here are coming for the same reason that all you motherfuckers immigrated here that weren't barred here in chains, for better opportunities. But it's so funny how we now want to close the gates and shit after, you know, we've gotten all of the people here. We want to close the gates. We ain't gonna continue to do this shit that we've been doing this whole time. Nah. I just came with that. When she said that, I was like, boy, that's that bullshit right there. But anyway, she wants to go back to see him. And her dad is there visiting. Her dad is like, you don't think you should hold on to that money for when, you know, this visa situation comes up? Because they only have $6,000 saved. And like I said, they need 5 more. So she gets on the phone with John. And John said, I don't want to wait 6 months to see you. So I would rather you come out here, and if it takes longer to get the visa, it takes longer. But she's thinking about the long game. I don't know what they're going to do, but if I was her, I would just go. Because if it's going to take you 3 years versus 3 years and 6 months, bitch, it's still 3 years to save the rest of the money that she's going to need for this visa. And then for them to still possibly get, you know, turned down. You just gotta live for as much in the moment as you possibly can in a situation like that. She said she's prepared to go back and forth to England for the rest of her damn life if she has to. I said, oh, all right then. Do what you gotta do, bitch. Let's move over to Tyreek and Hazel. Tyreek is about to submit Hazel's paperwork. Everything is going great with them. She's agreed to sign his prenup, so he's ready to go ahead and bring her over here as his wife. But the new development is his brother Dean. Y'all know Dean, bald head ass, gave Tyreek the toughest time, gave Hazel the toughest time when they went to the Philippines. But now, this nigga then packed up like a thief in the night and said he is retiring to the Philippines with a girl he met on the WhatsApp. I said, bitch, not the WhatsApp. He met her on the WhatsApp. Okay? And only known her for 4 months. And he was supposed to be going out there for 2 weeks. So you left your apartment, your job, and everything else. And now you done told everybody on Instagram that you have decided to retire in the Philippines. I said, this nigga done lost his mind. And Tyreek is pissed off because he remembers how hard his brother went in on him. Like, you went so hard on me, and now you making this rash decision that's even crazier than the shit I did. Like, you only know her for 4 months, and you moving your whole life out there, just fuck your family and everything. Wow, son, wow. Ain't it funny how Americans can go anywhere and do what the fuck we want to do? Like, we can go and stay there, live there, whatever. But you can only be here for 90 days, bitch. Like, that's fucked up to me, y'all. That's so fucked up. But anyway, he goes out to lunch with Angela, his friend, who's also the lawyer, and they FaceTime Dean. And they trying to understand what the hell is going on with Dean. And Tyreek is getting pissed off because Dean is like, look, man, I did what I wanted to do. I don't need you to hold my hand. I know what I'm doing, bruh. You know, and Tyreek is like, bro, are you fucking serious? All that shit you put me and Hazel through, you need to ask yourself those same questions you asked us. Like, do she have kids? Is she after you for your money? Will she sign a prenup? Like, you need to ask her the same questions that you asked Hazel. Because, you know, Tyreek is pissed off. Like, dude, you put us through all of that shit. You disrespected Hazel only for you to turn around and do the same shit. And Dean is like, what the fuck do I owe you? He like, respect, nigga, respect. Like, whoa. Angela started crying. We was in a restaurant scared, okay? Tyreek was upset. And I feel like he has every right to. You know, ultimately he wants the best for his brother, and if it works out, great. But the way you the way you handle this shit, the way you just hop, skipped, and jumped to live in another place for a woman after all that shit you didn't, you know, put your brother through for just even wanting to marry somebody, like, that shit is crazy to me. And it just shows that Dean was probably jealous the whole time. Real shit. Asuelu and Kalani have their Christmas party and announced to the family that they're having a baby boy, and everybody is excited about it. They actually just had their baby this month. Beautiful little boy. Happy for Asuelu and Kalani. Their family seems to really be, you know, having a better relationship and meshing better with Asuelu, and they really should. Asuelu is such a sweetheart, and you can just tell. They had like a pinata gender reveal shit. I was just like, oh, that was struggle. Oh, that was struggle. Oh, it's a boy. That was struggle. Like, it was terrible watching them try to beat that pinata. Moving on, y'all. Jenny and Larry. So, we only saw Jenny this episode, and she just basically FaceTimes with her mom and cries about how she won't be there for the wedding. Jenny is homesick, and whether this wedding is actually going to take place, child, I do not know, because that girl looked like she won't go back home. Jonathan and Fernanda then broke the hell up. Okay, and we didn't met them 2 months later. Fernanda refused to come back on the show and give us her side of the story, but apparently she was trying to make Jonathan jealous at a Christmas party. They got into it, and he wasn't taking that shit. And here she is now, 2 months later, she done moved to Chicago, and he packing up her shit to send it to her. He go talk to his little partner about it. His little partner, you know, was like, son, like, what you gonna do? Like, she getting a lawyer? Like, what's going on? Since she decided that she don't want to be with him and she didn't went to live in Chicago. And he says that she has gotten a lawyer, and she's saying that she wants what she deserves because she didn't sign a prenup, and she plans to stay in the country. So this might get real nasty between Jonathan and Fernanda. And you can tell Jonathan is kind of just feeling bad about it, like probably feeling the grief of the demise of a relationship you thought was gonna work out. And he's in a confessional with the, yeah, I know I should have known, I know I should have known, but you do crazy things for love. Jonathan, at the end of the day, son, she's a fucking child, and you too old for this bullshit. And the only reason a man like you gets with a woman like that is because you don't want to deal with grown women. Y'all don't want to deal with women that can match y'all in money. Y'all don't want to deal with women that can match y'all in opportunity. No. You want to be with somebody who needs you and makes you feel like a man because they can't literally survive without you and your paycheck. I think that's the type of man Jonathan is. And Fernanda just then showed him the woman that she really is, okay? Which is one that will come out here and make you think she loves you, fuck you, take your money, move to another state, and make it happen on your ass. Okay? And I feel like Fernanda is a child and should have stayed her ass in Mexico, but here we are. I don't know what type of, you know, acting she gonna do in Chicago, but bitch, go ahead and do what you gotta do. Maybe you can get on the episode of The Shy, I don't know. But I'm just looking at this situation like, wow, is this really how it all went down, huh? Whew, Lord have mercy. I hope she don't take him for too much of his money. She probably won't be able to, but the fact that he's responsible for her, like, y'all, he said 90 days ain't enough. We know. Us out here, we know. Especially not for no 28-year-old man and no 19-year-old girl. However fuck, you know, y'all age difference is. 90 days is not enough time to learn whether you really want to be with somebody or not. It's just not. Unless you old as fuck or y'all already knew each other. I don't understand why people can't have these long distance conversations, FaceTimes, you know, travel back and forth. Why can't you do this for a little bit longer before you decide if you want to marry somebody? Whew. Child, I can't. Anyway, that was 90 Day Fiance. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.